Well, overtime losses are always frustrating, but the fact of the matter is that the Vegas Golden Knights have 3 of the 4 available points so far on this very tough homestand as they lose tonight's game in overtime to Sebastian Aho and the Carolina Hurricanes. Welcome everyone back into the Vegas Hockey Now National Hockey Now YouTube channel. My name is Owen Krebs, the beat writer for the Vegas Golden Knights for Vegas Hockey Now. We're going to go over 8 observations again as the Golden Knights are still on this road trip. And we're just going to jump straight into things right here because there was an observation that I had before the puck was even dropped here tonight, and that was the line combination. Both Mark Stone and Laurent Brossoit technically, and then also Zach Whitecloud return in this game. Mark Stone kind of shifted up the offensive line combinations, but surprisingly, and it's my first takeaway of the night, Peter DeBoer is showing trust in Will Carrier. Now, is Will Carrier a first-line player on a fully healthy Golden Knights roster? Absolutely not. But currently, he is. And I kind of like how he set up the line combinations, giving Dadonov a chance with the misfits, and then keeping the third and fourth lines, which have been so good for the Golden Knights as of recently. He did shift things up in the second period, which the lines behind me, I don't know if you can see, are the updated lines. He put Dadonov back on the first line. I'm sure this will all change as soon as next game, but still kind of interesting to see DeBoer's trust in Will Carrier. He also put him out there in overtime, which kind of controversially led to that overtime goal. Nonetheless, Carrier is earning confidence. In the post-game interview with DeBoer, he had some interesting quotes on Carrier, saying that he was, quote, a powerful man. And what did he say? He said he was a cannonball or something like that. But with Carrier on the first line, it did allow the depth to kind of spread out. Didn't really work out in the end. The Golden Knights were unable to score with the line combinations that started the game. Because ever since they went to like the new lineups with Kolesar, Howden, and Patrick, that set up the first goal, which leads me to my next point. Another great game by Nolan Patrick and Brett Howden tonight. Both scored. I don't know if that was Howden's goal. I'm pretty sure Shea Theodore got that goal. I don't think it was tipped in by Howden. Nonetheless, they kind of have been getting some chemistry together. We saw them play good with Amadio for the past 2 games. He was taken off that line and moved up into actually the misfit line with Smith in Smith's absence with Marchessault and Karlsson. But what's interesting with that is that Howden and Patrick have played together before in like juniors and even in like Pee-wee and Bantam hockey and stuff. They kind of grew up around the same area and played against each other several times as they were kids. And Howden mentioned how like Patrick was always like the better player and things like that, and he was always jealous of him. Obviously, he goes 2nd overall in 2017. Howden goes to the Lightning and then the Rangers, and then now he's with the Golden Knights. They're here together. Could that continue and be maybe a pairing, a kind of like a duo as your fourth liners for the Golden Knights moving forward? It's looking so right now, and Howden and Patrick both are young, and they got a lot of potential to them, and they can only move up here for the Golden Knights moving forward. To go off that a little bit further, the Golden Knights' last 4 goals on this road trip have been from Amadio, Howden, maybe Theodore, Patrick, and then Nicolas Hague. So the Golden Knights are getting goals from unusual places here, a defenseman, and then your fourth line players for the most part. So that's a great sign of life for the Golden Knights. However, that does lead me to my next point. Golden Knights were struggling to fire shots throughout pretty much the first half of the game. They had only about 11 shots, if I remember correctly. They only had 5 after the first period. That's a pace for 15 shots on a Vezina potentially winning goaltender this year in Frederik Andersen. It's not going to cut it. They struggled with offense against the Capitals, but they also played a good solid game. I'm not saying the Golden Knights played a bad game. I'm saying that they simply struggled on offense, and they definitely got a push towards the end there, which eventually tied the game. But a consistent 60 minutes of offensive pressure is something Golden Knights will need to have if they want to beat the Panthers and the Lightning here coming up. And just simply shooting the puck more. Dadonov had a good couple of chances where he could have put it on net. William Carrier as well. And I didn't see much from Mark Stone tonight. I know it was his first game coming back from COVID protocols, but offensively, he was kind of absent out there on the ice for me tonight. To give you a specific example, there was a play in the second period where Zach Whitecloud had a really good shot just from the point. It was just a good shot that kind of fooled Frederik Andersen, and it went in between, sat right between his 5-hole, and nobody was there to follow up on the rebound. Now, Nicolas is probably, in my opinion, the best screen player for the Golden Knights in terms of getting like a screen on the goaltender. I don't know if he was on the ice during that play, but you could just see it on the replay. The puck was simply just sitting in between Frederik Andersen's legs, for about a good 3 seconds. There were no bodies in front for the Golden Knights to bang home on that rebounds. And this is when the Golden Knights still had not scored in the game. So being able to capitalize on those opportunities and get bodies in front of the net is going to be very crucial for the Golden Knights, because they're going up tonight, Anderson, they're going up against Bobrovsky and Vasilevsky in the next couple of nights likely. So they're going to have to get bodies in front of the net. Now, a kind of a takeaway that could have sunk the Golden Knights tonight, but kind of didn't, but also kind of contributed to them, the Hurricanes win tonight, was the penalty and the special teams for the Golden Knights. Entering this, it was one of my takeaways of the game, or keys to the game. Hurricanes are really good on special teams. I believe they're 5th in the power play and 2nd. I know they're 2nd in the penalty kill because they're behind the Penguins. And they scored on the power play tonight because the Golden Knights took 5 penalties tonight. That is the 2nd straight game in which that has happened. The Capitals, somehow, unlikely, apparently their power play is struggling this year, but still, they have Ovechkin there. They were not able to score last game. Hurricanes scored 1 tonight. Simple, staying out of the box stuff. Pietrangelo took 2 high-sticking penalties. And, I can argue, you can argue all day on whether or not that could have been 4 minutes or 2 minutes, or the second one was the own player's, Laurent's own stick hitting him in the face. At the end of the day, the Golden Knights took 4 penalties in the 3rd period, and that kind of, contributed to the Hurricanes, being able to come out with the win tonight. Let me know if you guys can't read my handwriting, because as I further go down the whiteboard, I have like a weirder angle to write from. 2 simple turnovers led to 2 goals. Chandler, Stephenson, and Brayden McNabb are the victims on this one. The first goal of the night, McNabb simply just got his pocket picked by Svechnikov. And Svechnikov turned the play into Aho, and those are the 2 best players. He stole the puck from Stephenson, went in on a 2-on-1, and fed Trocheck was the second goal. And Svechnikov's good, and those simple mistakes are going to cost you. Playoff-like mistakes, punishment type thing, and 2 turnovers led to 2 goals for the Hurricanes tonight. Now, we can argue all day about if the NHL needs to get rid of the loser point, but the fact of the matter is, as I mentioned earlier in this video, my final takeaway is the Golden Knights have played 2 of the best teams in the entire National Hockey League these past 2 days. They have gotten 3 out of the available 4 points, moving on as they headed to Florida. So overall, when you take a look at it, just from the stat sheet and the standing sheet, the Golden Knights are having a solid road trip so far. That'll do it for this one. Thank you all for watching the takeaways for tonight. I'll see you guys all against the Florida Panthers on Thursday.